What direction do you think America's energy plan should take?
I believe in a true all-of-the-above energy policy. I believe that Congressman Upton, as chairman of his committee, showed us in writing what he believes his energy policy is in his key issues document of January 2011. That document lays out all of the arguments that he believes are critical for our energy policy. Things like going after the EPA and lowering regulations, a lot of smaller ideas that do not grow the energy sector or the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of jobs that we can get in this sector by truly embracing renewable energy on top of today's energy sector. Right now, our Department of Defense and our CIA have identified climate change and energy policy as critical risks to this nation. Our nation's professionals, some of the best and brightest in this country, have identified renewable energy as one of the critical components to our energy policy. The DoD wants to see a 25% renewable energy standard by 2025. The Navy is on itself taking a 30% stance on renewable energy. The Marine Corps loses a Marine for every 50 transportations of oil in Afghanistan for oil. We have the means to get this energy here in the United States. We are drilling more oil, we are digging more coal, and we are bringing up more natural gas than ever before. We have to continue in our current energy mix. We can add millions of jobs on top of it. If you look at the state of Iowa right now, Iowa has far stronger standards and far more jobs than we have here. And yet we have fantastic companies like Energetics in Holland, good friends, the Slickers, who've converted from boat making to making wind turbine blades. They don't have a market here because we're not embracing it. They're selling their blades in Germany and Spain.
I believe in a North American energy independent plan, and that includes all of the above. We're in AEP's building right now. AEP is the largest property taxpayer in Berrien County, and we have a great resource in the employees and the payments that they make to benefit this entire region. Nuclear power provides about 20% of our nation's power, and this is a good part of it right here. And I was glad to work to extend the license so that they could actually promote another $1 billion in investment in the Cook facility over the last couple of years. Yes, I believe in renewables, and I was with Dave Slickers this last week. He's a good supporter of mine. He's been a good friend a long time. And renewables should be part of that mix. And here in Michigan, because of our state legislature, we're going to have a 10% mandate on renewable energy, and I hope that we can meet that standard by 2015. That does need to be part of the mix. But we also need to expand our drilling. Actually, drilling on public lands has declined under this administration, and that needs to change. Iran, this last month, called for $150 barrel oil. Boy, that'll just sink our economy. That is not where we need to go. You talked, Mike, about supporting an all-of-the-above strategy, yet in your Kalamazoo response to their questionnaire, you said that you were against fracking. Without fracking, you don't have natural gas. That's done. You also indicated that you're opposed to Keystone Pipeline. I guess that's because it brings oil sands from Canada. Canada is going to be producing as much as 4 million barrels a day before the end of the decade. We want those jobs. I've been to the refinery in Detroit where they've expanded it by over $2 billion, probably the largest construction project in the state of Michigan over the last 10 years. Those are Michigan jobs. That oil is going to stay here. And for us to turn our back on Canada and allow them to send it to China is not the right answer.
The Keystone Pipeline has been approved for the southern portion. The Keystone Pipeline is not approved for the northern portion as the states and TransCanada work out the negotiations for the permit. The reality is those sands would be mined by a Canadian company, God bless them. It's our #1 trading partner. We will bore all of the environmental risk to transport that oil to the Gulf, where it'll be refined. And then that oil will go on ships, and it will go to the highest bidder. Congressman, you talked repeatedly during the primaries, and you've beaten the president and others over the head with this issue. The fact of the matter is, we won't see that oil, and it won't change our price 1 penny at the pump. And as far as fracking goes, yes, no safeguards, no benchmarks, no best practices, and no idea what those chemicals are. My point with fracking is, tell us what the chemicals are. Close the Halliburton loophole, then we can talk about fracking as a safe source.